You're listening to Emerson Witner's NXT Report on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
And welcome to your weekly NXT audio update exclusively here on AngryMarks.com. I am Emerson Witner. Welcome again. It is February 25th, Wednesday, February 25th / Thursday, February 26th. NXT just ended a few minutes ago as I record this, and we're going to run down everything that happened here tonight. First of all, for those who may not know me, I am the host of the mildly successful Wrestling Outsiders podcast. We had our live show tonight at 10 p.m. as I record this, but as most of you listened to it last night at 10 p.m. with the part 2 of our history of WrestleMania. Plus, our past 47 episodes and counting can be heard on blogtalkradio.com/Wrestling Outsiders. It includes pay-per-view recaps, including this past Sunday. We did a post-Fastlane recap show, along with interviews with some great people from the past, including Brian Alvarez, Stevie J, R.D. Reynolds, R.J. Brewer, and Antonio the Promise Thomas. So tonight, the show started off with Hideo Itami versus Bull Dempsey. As Hideo came out first, Tom Phillips implied that Hideo was going to be wrestling Tyler Breeze, but then Bull came out, so I'm not sure why Tom implied that he was going to be wrestling Tyler. This match, was a bit of a styles clash. Didn't lead to a broken neck or, Hideo in a halo or anything like that. Too soon to make that joke? I don't know. Hideo, bounced off Bull and basically made Bull to look really, really good. Hideo did eventually make his comeback, hit all of his kicks, along with the corner drop kick, and then won with the running one-legged drop kick. Tyler Breeze appeared from to the left of the stage and dropped Hideo with a supermodel kick. He was then going to use his selfie stick to take a selfie of him standing over the fallen body of Hideo, but it took him so long to get into position that Hideo recovered and kicked Tyler's butt, and Tyler went running away. They announced next week Sasha Banks will defend the women's title against Charlotte. They then did a video package for the Brian Kendrick. Not even regular Brian Kendrick, it's heel Brian Kendrick. There's no Ezekiel Jackson tonight. I'm sure no one's surprised, but yeah, there's no big Zeke in a white leather jacket. Lucha Dragons versus Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger. Jordan and Dillinger's entrance got interrupted by Solomon Crowe. Crowe said his mission was to become NXT champion. The promo lasted 30 seconds, but either way, Jordan and Dillinger walked so slowly to the ring that they didn't even reach the ring by the time Crowe cut his entire promo. Sin Cara, the only person to recently defeat Bad News Barrett and appears to not be going to WrestleMania to challenge for the title, is here to take out his aggressions on Dillinger. Jordan got a little flurry at the beginning of the match and then tagged out to Ty, who did the rest of the match by himself. Jordan was begging for a tag, and Ty brushed him off and said that he got it. So finally, when Ty eventually went for a tag, Jason Jordan jumped down and walked away, leaving the Lucha Dragons to win what was basically a handicap match with the Salida del Sol / Swanton Bomb combination. I should point out Dillinger and Jordan have never gotten along as a team and have broken up at least twice. At least twice. I'm sure they've broken up more, but it was at least 2 times already. Backstage, Jeremy Borash's non-Buckeyed little brother Greg asked Finn Balor about his upcoming NXT title match. Finn sort of ignored that and said that he can't look past his match with Kendrick here tonight. Ty Dillinger was still in the ring and demanded that Jason Jordan come out and explain why the heck they keep breaking up. So Baron Corbin, who had a match scheduled next, decided that he's going to come out and he didn't want his time being cut. Baron, who wrestles for 2 minutes, doesn't need his time cut any more than it already has. The bell rang, and we got a match, and Baron won in, less than 30 seconds with the end of days. Ty finished the day 0 for 2. I was just hoping he was going to stay in the ring the whole night, just keep getting beaten up by a guy in each ensuing match. I think that would have been awesome. But unfortunately, that's not how they went. Devin did ask Charlotte about her title match next week. Charlotte, despite being pinned by Sasha, said that Sasha's never beaten her in a one-on-one match and will win the belt back next week. I should note, of course, that, Sasha may not have beaten Charlotte in a one-on-one match, but Sasha has beaten Charlotte in both a couple tag matches and, of course, the Fatal 4-Way at NXT TakeOver Rival. Tyler Breeze cut a promo saying Hideo Itami will soon be squished. And next week, Sami Zayn returns for the first time since TakeOver. And then we got, for the 37th time this year, it seems, Becky Lynch versus Bayley. They have had 37 matches, and 35 of them were just horrible beyond belief and worse than almost anything you'll see from anyone not named Rosa Mendez and Cameron. They have had 2 good matches in a row. We'll make this a 3rd good match in a row because I guess they're now just used to sports entertaining with each other, but it wasn't too bad this time around. Becky's pump handle slam is now called the Beckplex. I really hope that doesn't catch on. Bayley debuted a new move. Sami Zayn's move where he runs down outside on the mats, jumps through the bottom rope, and then comes out the other side on a tornado DDT. Well, this time Bayley did something similar-ish, where she tried to dive over the bottom rope and come out the other side with a drop kick. It wasn't nearly as smooth and flawless as any time Sami ever did his. I know you're shocked. By the way, Becky Lynch won by submission. Bayley hurt her shoulder, and so Becky slapped on a shoulder breaker for the tap out. Before this match, I tweeted out, why isn't Ty Dillinger in the ring challenging Bayley? He has a chance in that match. Ty actually replied saying, don't bet on it, she's great. So, at least he has a sense of humor with all this. Rhino's backstage saying he's on NXT because this show is full of people with intensity and full of fire, and so he's on the show because he wants to show his intensity and his fire that he's always had. Jason Jordan told the camera that he will explain why he walked out on Ty whenever he is ready. And then Kevin Owens joined the commentary team for the main event, which was Finn Balor versus the Brian Kendrick. Kendrick was one half of the longest-reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history, with Paul London for almost a full year, and also for 6 minutes at Unforgiven 2008, he was the interim WWE Champion during the WWE Championship Scramble match. Forgotten, of course, was that he got pinned at least 3 or 4 times in that match, and despite, just dominating everyone for 5 or 6 minutes, Triple H just walked down and treated him like the chump that he always is. Kendrick feigned an ankle injury, so Balor gave him some space, which led to Bryan cutting him off. Really, the main reason for that was, so Alex Riley could keep pestering Kevin Owens about why he did what he did to his best friend, why he did why he did what he did to Sami Zayn. And so finally, Kevin Owens told Alex Riley off, saying this is why Alex was never a champion. So Alex gave him the cold shoulder, and Kevin left. Balor Irish whipped Kendrick into the corner and ran in with a knife-edge chop. It was so unique that I had to come mention it because I'd never seen that before. Kendrick did hit a dragon suplex. Finn blocked the Kendrick and eventually won with the double foot stomp off the top rope. Here's a fun side note. Mike Adamle is the reason why sliced bread number 2 is renamed the Kendrick, because Adamle once called Taz the Taz, and so it was a rib on Adamle. After the match, Kevin Owens came out, walked to where the announcers were, and threw Alex Riley over the table onto the cold, hard concrete floor for the show to end. It was a really good main event match there. I enjoyed it anyway. And, maybe not as good as some of the other, NXT main events that we've come used to over the past few years, but still good in its own right. Overall, the show was, pretty good. It went by fast. It was about 45 minutes this week. Sometimes they go 50, 55 minutes, but this seemed to stay in about the 45-minute mark. And that was it. The show was pretty good. Nothing you need to go to your way to watch, but, you won't be disappointed as you normally are when watching NXT. Well, I'm not saying you normally are disappointed. I'm saying you normally aren't disappointed while watching NXT. So that's going to do it for this week's NXT audio recap. As always, I'm Emerson Witner. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And, once again, check out the Wrestling Outsiders podcast on Blog Talk Radio. You can follow me on Twitter at TheReallyRealEW. And just, take care, and I'll see you all again next week.